YouTube, what's going on? I am alive. I know it's been a minute. So first off, I just want to say thank you for continuing to watch these videos, even though I haven't posted in what feels like forever. So I just want to give you guys a quick explanation and let you guys know on one of my latest projects that I'd love to share with you guys. As you guys know, with the whole pandemic thing, I was really in the Anastacio online phase. I was doing a lot of lockdown videos for solo training, for things to do at home. And then we reopened finally. And that kind of just catapulted the Academy Union Martial Arts in a whole new direction. And we've just been so busy ever since. Part of that transition was actually coming to the conclusion that I will be relocating out of Ontario all the way to Northwest Calgary, and I'll be opening up a second location there. And now I'm kind of in the process of just training my staff, getting him ready to take over this gym and manage it. And then I'll be eventually going back and forth. And that's just gonna bring a whole new level to Filipino martial arts in Canada, in our training in general, as well as a bunch of content. As that gym grows, we can have inter-community seminars, we can have inter-community tournaments. And most importantly, I wanna kind of bring you guys along Project YYC, which is gonna be how I'm gonna take these 10 years of experience I've had with my first baby, this Union Martial Arts here, and I'm gonna apply it and walk you through the whole process of creating, designing, financing, and then eventually opening the flagship Union Martial Arts, which is gonna be located in a city or area called Sage Hill. And I'd love to bring you guys through that. I know a lot of my a lot of my videos are technique, but there's a lot of business side that I'd love to share with you guys. So with all that being said, with some of my downtime as I'm transitioning from one province to the other, we've revamped Anastacio online. So if you haven't seen anything on the Instagrams, we have tripled, maybe quadrupled the amount of content that's available to you guys. Our 3 different tiers are still available, but you're gonna get things like empty hand entry system, you're gonna get things like empty hand takedown. It's a yearly subscription, which kind of breaks it up into somewhere between $8 to $12 a month Canadian. So it's a super good deal and a tremendous amount of content. Plus it's gonna give you guys a monthly exclusive tutorial that I'm gonna be uploading every single month. So it kind of gives you a little bit of a reminder of how Anastacio online first started, when we had a tremendous amount of online tutorials that were kind of resemblant of what I taught in here. With that being said, Project YYC is coming to you guys very soon. At the end of this video, you guys are gonna be watching how I took what we call the Kali flow, or entry number 1 in that empty hand entry system, and how we kind of just flow that into so many different finishes that are kind of a testament to my knowledge and my experience. Whereas my head instructor that's taking care of this gym right now, or maybe some of my other senior students, or maybe even you, would take it a little differently from common positions like underhooks and a little bit of clinching here and there. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you guys continue to support this channel, and I hope you guys come along with me as I take this huge jump into Project YYC. So entry number 1 is single parry, one hand parrying that punch. Okay, remember that parrying itself is an instinctual act, but the creativity side is the technique. So there are different ways you can parry, whether it's just your left hand, whether it's your right hand, whether it's block check, whether it's hubot, right? But we want to make sure that A, we don't get hit, but if we can turn it from a good parry to a great parry, we want to also reposition our body. So now we're on like this 45. This is going to give me some insurance in case the Kali flow can't be plugged in for whatever reason. He recovers, he follows up, I make a mistake, my palms are too sweaty, whatever. So whether you do the single parry with your palm, the back of your hand, the knife side of your hand, it's not too important right now. What's important is that we don't get hit and we get this angle here. So now I start to plug in the Kali flow, which is following through to an underhook. I get that underhook because I feed this elbow as a distraction. He would rather me snatch his arm than smash his face in. So that has to be done in a flow. Boom, by the time I get there, I can clamp up at his wrist. I'm gonna restrict his motion of his arm, or his movement, by putting putting my palm on the back of his elbow, and I'm framing at the side of the neck. And remember that frame, I'm pushing my way through the middle of my forearm. By no shape or form am I trying to go to behind the hand, especially with my hand. Okay, I want to keep that tight here, and I want to be able to squeeze and press into him. So when you get that, it's going to be more of a hack, and that's possible because my elbow was already here. There wasn't much distance to travel anymore from there. Okay? So I'm pressing into his neck, I'm squeezing, I'm restricting, I'm isolating his shoulder so I can help influence this rotation, but I also need to guide his head down into my knee. Hold him down here, not comfortably up here. You want to make sure that you can hold him down here after the knee so that you can plug in techniques, whatever you want in the dominating factor, whether it's a full circle takedown, you want to switch to a submission, you want to break their arm, whatever it might be. Okay? I don't suggest that last one, but just so you know. So we have entry 1, to lead flow. Boom, first step here, he's going to try to undo that, so we're going to look at an underhook recovery. He's going to want to stand back up and bend his arm. When I feel that, I don't want him to beat me in the underhook battle, so that's more of my priority. I'm going to clamp down closer to his arm, back of his shoulder, controlling the elbow, gluing my lat to the side of my body, and as I'm continuing from here, I'm going to sink down and rotate, kind of ragdoll him to secure the position. Okay? So, right up here, boom, he's fighting out of it, I sink down right away. I want to make sure that as much as I'm ragdolling him, I don't want to do it so much that I lose the control. And always, always, always remember that an underhook recovery only occurs when you're losing the underhook in the first place. If you're able to control him from here, you just finish from here. There's no reason to change it, there's no reason to manipulate the position. Okay? Now we look at a little bit more on the C-lat side, so we get that same position. We're going to loosen this grip here. We're going to slingshot our way into an elbow. And remember, you can finish 2 ways. Okay? Frame, elbow. Frame again, push the weight to the opposite side foot. Side sweep here. Finish, finish, finish. Right? Stomp the knee, roll the Achilles, whatever you want. If you pull hard enough and you push it all to the other side, frame on the other side, sweep that side, finish, finish, finish. Okay? Again, self-defense wise, I wouldn't suggest that, but technical exploration, it's good to understand that we can still control our opponent and have that pressure without having to hold tight and squeeze them in a grappling match. Okay? And then the third one for variety, we're here. We square up a little bit. Okay? We're going to implement a little bit of judo, so we're going to get that kazushi. I'm going to step back. I'm going to pull him down to make him react and want to stand back up. Okay? Because I very well can pull him down from here, not if he's just standing up and I try to pull his head. I have enough reasons now. I have his underhook. I have the frame against the neck, so that if I really wanted to, I could drive him straight down. But when I do that, I shoot my hips back. He pops up. I'm going to swing myself forward this time. Single leg shot. Right knee goes in. Attack the hip. Wrap around the back of the knee. Gable grip. Pushing into his hip. Up. And we have the single leg there. Okay? So what's important there is the timing. When he comes up, I swing here. Okay? Attack the hip. Shift the weight once again, like we did on the last one, to the opposite side foot. Then capture the leg so that you can't place that weight back down. And then all it is just pushing into the hip with this left foot. Nice and light. It's action, reaction here. And then you can take them down in the single leg. You can drive into the double leg. Whatever you want there. That make sense? Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.